In 1969, when the late Vince Lombardi led Washington to a winning season. Lombardi died of cancer the following year, and with him, the Redskins' chances for success seemed to pass away. Then in 1971 came George Allen. The Redskins' new head coach general manager proclaimed this simple philosophy and outlined his plans for success in 4 simple words. The future is now. George Allen transformed the Redskins. Behold, ye non-believers, it took him not a decade, not years, not even a season. His message was new. His message was now. The much-quoted inscription on the Statue of Liberty reads, "Give me your old, you're tired, you're weak, you're infirmed." George Allen brought that century-old message to the National Football League. He assembled a new team around him. Some called them old, some called them tired. But George Allen had faith in his players, and his players had faith in him. Overnight, the Redskins became a winner. More than a winner, they became a contender. In 1971, they made the playoffs. In 1972, they dreamed the impossible dream. Super Bowl was in their eyes. And it all began like this. Game number 1, Bloomington, Minnesota. The big, bad Vikings against the bigger, badder Redskins. So Mike Eyeshide will come in to kick for the Vikes. Speedy Duncan and Ted Baxter will be back deep for the Skins, standing at about the Redskins' 25-yard line. Eyeshide kicking it from his own 15. Tingleoff snaps it to him. It's blocked. It's blocked, and it may be picked up for a touchdown. Melanchik will go in the end zone for a touchdown. The ball is put down on the 3-yard line where it's 1st and goal. And the Redskins driving on the Vikings here.
This started back in the Redskin 42.
Up to the line of scrimmage. The crowd starts a big buzz here. Billy Kilmer on the count. Give this to Larry Brown. Larry looks for a hole. Touchdown. Larry Brown, there was a hole big enough to drive a truck through. Going into the 4th quarter, the Skins had shown little on offense. They trailed 14-10. Bill Kilmer had completed only 5 of 13 passes for 35 yards, plus 1 interception. Then Kilmer got them clicking. It'll go down to Clint Jones, who bobbles the football, finally picks it up at the 10, gets to the 15, hit by Hull, and then hit from behind at the 20-yard line. A fumble, and the Redskins have recovered. He was hit hard from behind, and the Redskins have recovered. Falling on the football, I believe, was Melanchik.
Bill Melanchik with his second big play.
3rd and 1 for the Redskins at the Minnesota 9.
Redskins ready to work once again. They need a yard for a first down. Kilmer barks it out at the Minnesota 9-yard line. The give is to Haraway. Haraway's going to the end zone. Touchdown! Charlie Haraway into the corner of the end zone. A 9-yard scamper, and the Skins now have broken well out in front of this football game, changed the complexion of it completely. As they lead it now 23-14, and Kurt Knight will come in to try to make it 24-14. Stadium in Washington for Redskins football. Game number 1 of their home season, and a jam-packed crowd, 53,000 plus in the seats here this afternoon. The Redskins showed the St. Louis Cardinals and their home fans that pro football was a 40-man game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Van Gelder on the give, this time to Donnie Anderson. He's not going to get outside as Pardee grabs him and takes him down for a yard loss. Wayne Mulligan, the center, comes up to the football. The running backs, Burns and Anderson. Van Gelder to throw it for the first time. Here comes the pressure. He's not going to get out of that pocket. He's hit on the 20-yard line. Hamburger was the man who made the stop along with McDowell, but the pressure came from all kinds of people. Dyer and Talbot, Berlin Biggs, they were all in there. As the Redskins offensive unit moves out on the field. Redskins with a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. They've been here before this afternoon. Billy Kilmer keeps it on his hip. Touchdown, Jerry Smith. What a beautiful play. He had everybody faked that time. It'll be 4th down for the Cards at the Redskins' 35-yard line with 15 yards to go, and the field goal unit comes on for St. Louis. That means Jim Bakken with Roger Worley to hold at the 42-yard line. The snap. The kick is blocked. There's a loose ball. Pardee comes up to it, falls on it. Finally picked up by the Cards. Now Mike Bass has it, and he runs into the end zone. Let's see if it's allowable. I think they may have blown it dead. No, it's a touchdown.
In New England, the Skins were upset by fractions of inches and splits of seconds.
There's no way the Redskins can do anything other than try for this tie here, Malcolm. They would be foolish not to. Absolutely. A minute and 42 seconds remain to play. A field goal attempt will come from the 32.5-yard line. Kurt Knight will be attempting. Sonny Jurgensen to hold. Awaiting the snap. Here it is. There's the kick by Knight. It's up and it's good. A beauty. We have a handkerchief thrown. I believe that the Pats came offside. Let's see.
If this is a roughing penalty, it'll be a first down, and it'll be inside the 15-yard line.
Roughing the kicker is the call now.
Or rather, the 20-yard, just outside the 20-yard line.
Automatic first down, however.
Right.
So the Redskins will have a first down at the 21-yard line. Now, this is a gamble, because they have the tie if they want it. They have the 24-24 tie if they want it. But those points come down off the board. It remains 24-21. New England leading with a minute and 39 seconds remaining. The Redskins have a first down at the 21-yard line of the Patriots. Kilmer back to throw. Goes for the corner, throws it much too far, and here comes the field goal unit apparently. And of course the Pats are going to try to block it. This will be from the 27-yard line. There's the snap. Here's the kick by Kurt Knight. It's no good. Off to the right. It's wide. The Patriots go absolutely hysterical out there. They go wild. It's off to the right. The Redskins gambled and may have lost. 57 seconds remaining. The Skins have used their last timeout. The Pats will have a punting situation with fourth down and approximately 3.5 yards to go. Speedy Duncan is back there, standing at his own 33-yard line. Pat Studd still the punter. They blocked it. It's going to be a Redskin touchdown. The Redskins have blocked it. I think it was Malinchak.
Bill Malinchak came off the right side to block it, and the Redskins came like fire and blocked the punt. Malinchak off the right side.
It's a safety, Mel. It's a safety. They call it a safety. They did not get the ball before it went out of the end zone. It makes it 24-23. The Redskins, of course, will have the ball again on a free kick.
Right.
Malinchak, we have him as the blocker of the punt once again.
The heartbreaking loss inspired the powerful Redskin team. And the following week, with Sonny Jurgensen at the helm, they launched an amazing 9-game win streak. The Eagles were the first to fall, as the Redskins' swarming, hungry defense decimated Philadelphia's attack, and Washington rolled to a 14-0 win. Next Sunday, they trounced the Cardinals for the second time, this time 33-3. That set the stage for the biggest football confrontation in Washington since World War II. The Skins, with a 4-1 record, were deadlocked with the world champion Dallas Cowboys for first place in the National Football Conference Eastern Division. In this all-important head-to-head meeting, Dallas dominated the first half action and led 20-7 midway through the third period. Then Larry Brown broke loose.
Gilmer down has his team set, looks over the Dallas defense. Dallas crowds up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Jordan's going to threaten the blitz. The give is to Larry Brown. Brown gets one block behind Haraway, another block behind John Wilbur on the right side. Breaks the tackle at the 15-yard line. Brown will go into the end zone for a touchdown.
Washington was fired up now, and a 42-yard field goal cut Dallas's margin to just 3 points. Then in the final quarter, Sonny Jurgensen led the Skins on a 7-play, 80-yard march, capped off by this Charlie Haraway sweep.
Redskins driving on the Cowboys. Kilmer, short count the line of scrimmage. Gives to Charlie Haraway. Again, a block by Larry Brown off to the left side. Haraway breaks one tackle, cuts inside to the 10, the 5, into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Haraway.
With that sweet victory over, the Redskins swung up to New York for a 3-week holiday. For the next 3 Sundays, the Redskins held Gotham under siege. First came the Giants.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jurgensen has been shaken up.
It seems to be his legs, Steve. He's hobbling as he comes off the field, and Billy Kilmer's coming in.
The ball is at the 38-yard line of the Giants after Chris Hamburger forced the fumble of Ron Johnson. And the crowd's going to be boo-birds now. Kilmer's set to go. They give it to Larry Brown. He finds a hole. 30-yard line, 25-yard line, 20-yard line, 10-yard line. Touchdown, Larry Brown! Larry Brown sprints 38 yards for a Redskin touchdown.
Then the Jets.
Second down and 8, Redskins. Their own 11-yard line. Back to throw it is Kilmer out of the backfield of Larry Brown. Larry's at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. There he goes. Goodbye. Goodbye, Larry. I'm waving to you. Go all the way, lad. Touchdown.
Unbelievable. Down here, the Jets were watching him as he went 89 yards for a score.
Wide receiver Don Maynard out to the wide side along with Eddie Bell, both on the right side. Castor is out to the near side. Namath back to throw it. Here comes the rush. He won't get away. He fumbles the football. Picking it up is Furlong Biggs. Biggs for the end zone. Touchdown.
Then it was the Giants' turn again.
The ball is just inside the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Redskins. The time, 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining to play in the football game. The clock is moving. It's 13-13.
The toughest 100 yards that Larry Brown's ever made has been made this afternoon.
To the line of scrimmage once again. Billy Kilmer looks it over. Takes a long time. Maybe checks off. The give again is to Larry Brown. Here's a touchdown for you. Larry Brown.
Charlie Haraway opened a hole with a real great block. Larry Brown just scooted in for the final 5 yards.
All right, Kilmer has him ready to go. Again, it's to Larry Brown. He fights into the end zone for another touchdown.
Larry Brown, Mr. Sensational. The Redskins put it out of reach at 26-13 with 20 seconds remaining to play in the football game.
3 more knockouts for the Washington heavyweights. Despite the loss of Sonny Jurgensen for the season, the New York Road Show was a splendid tour de force. Billy Kilmer was looking good at quarterback. The defense was settled and composed, and Larry Brown was running at his magnificent best. That's the way the Redskins looked when they paraded their armament before a national TV audience Monday night against the Atlanta Falcons.
It will be second down for the Redskins,
Second and
4.5 yards to go. The ball short of the 34-yard line. Break out of the huddle once again. Bill Kilmer has them set. The I formation. In front of that I is Haraway. In back of him is Brown. The give is to Brown. There he goes. He's up to about the 39-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards on the play. That's what he needed. Don Hanson makes the stop on the play. And that is a pickup of just exactly 5 yards.
He's very precise in the way he runs. The crowd rises to its feet because they now know that Larry's has the magic mark again, and he'll get this ball.
They're going to stop.
Tremendous roar.
They're going to stop the game right now, and they're going to give Larry Brown the football. As Bill Kilmer comes to the line of scrimmage and gets set to call it away. The give is to Larry Brown once again. He'll go to the end zone for a touchdown. He gets dumped as he goes in by Ken Reeves, but the Redskins are on the board at 10-6. The ball sits at the 18-yard line of Atlanta. Redskins trail by 10-7, but they're knocking on the door. We're almost midway through the third quarter. Billy Kilmer keeps it on his hip. He's back to throw. Throws for the end zone. Overthrow. No, touchdown. Larry Brown. We're late in the third quarter. Redskins lead by 4 points. The give up the middle is to Malone. Malone crosses the 15. He fumbles the football. It's picked up by the Redskins. Greg Owens has it down to the 11-yard line. Mr. Brig Owens picked up the fumble. Art Malone was jarred loose of the ball. The Redskins have it 1st and 10 on the Atlanta 12-yard line. Kilmer on his call behind center. Fakes it to Larry Brown. He's back to throw it into the end zone. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Jerry Smith. Beautiful play. Smith took it on his fingertips at the back of the end zone.
6 touchdown reception by Jerry Smith. And it couldn't have been more beautiful. He just tiptoed along the end line there, hands extended. The ball floated to them. Out one stride behind the defender. Along the baseline, he got it in for the score. The Redskins have broken the game open 2010.
The following Sunday, the Skins clinched a spot in the National Football Conference playoffs with a clutch win over the resurgent young Packers.
3rd down 11 for Green Bay from their own 34. A 2-yard loss on the play that time as Hamburger makes the big stop on MacArthur Lane. The Packers with a big offensive line. Tall. Hunter is back to throw. He gets his time, throws a rather poor ball. It's intercepted by Fisher at the 40-yard line and taken down inside the 40 at the 37. Intended for Staggers, Fisher took it right out of his hands. Kilmer behind his center. He's got a first down on the Pack's 25-yard line. Keeps it on his hip. He's going to go for the touchdown. Looks down the middle, into the end zone. Jerry Smith made a spectacular catch. Smith on a diving catch for his 7th touchdown of the year. A beauty. Oh, a handsome catch by Mr. Smith.
Oh, did they mob him at the bench? Home run has done it again.
The Redskins' 9th consecutive victory came at a most opportune time. It wrapped up the division title for Washington and ensured home field advantage for the playoffs. Kurt Knight's talented toe had been in a frightful slump, but he got his kicking eye back against the hopeless Eagles.
So it brings up 4th and the field goal unit is in.
The attempt will come from the 9-yard line. Weich is into hold for Kurt Knight. There's the snap from center. The kick by Knight is up, and it's good. And here comes the Redskins field goal unit to attempt a 47-yard try here. Call it the 46-yard line. That's where Weich will hold for Kurt Knight. A little bit of a breeze coming this way. There's the snap. Here's the kick by Knight. He drives it high and deep. It's good. Knight hits the long one from 46 yards away. Redskins with a goal to go at the 2.5-yard line of the Eagles. Redskins lead it by 16-7, and time is a-wasting. Billy Kilmer on the play-action roll into the end zone. Charlie Taylor for a touchdown. 2.5 yards to Charlie Taylor, play action on the right side for another Redskins score, and that should salt it away. It makes it 22-7. The Redskins lead the Eagles. They have gone 10 plays, 54 yards in 10 plays for this touchdown. Their 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Kurt Knight comes on to attempt the point after touchdown. This will win an Eastern Division title for the Redskins, their first title since 1945, and that has been a long drought.
The 13th game on the Redskins' schedule could have been a real biggie. The Skins against the Cowboys. It could have decided the division title. The Redskins wrapped that up a week early. So with Larry Brown injured and a victory only crucial to the Cowboys, what happened in the first half might have been expected.
Less than 4 minutes have gone by. Here in the first quarter, there's no score, but the Cowboys are driving on the Redskins. Morton on the give to Hill this time. He gets by one man all the way to the 15-yard line. Craig Morton is down behind center. He pitches back to Calvin Hill, trying to run wide. He's at the 5, touchdown. Redskins guards are Lavig and Wilbur. Next to center, Haas, with Rock and Hermeling the tackles. Jerry Smith is the tight end. The backs of Brunet and Haraway. Back to throw it for the first time is Kilmer. And he is set. Chuck Howley on the play and Bob Lilly. And Kilmer didn't have time to get rid of the screen pass that time. It will be 3rd down and 7 yards to go for Dallas. Back to throw it is Morton. He's going to be caught. No, he gets away and dumps it out of the backfield. Touchdown to Calvin Hill. The Cowboys break to a 13-0 lead. We have 5:45 remaining to play first quarter. The Redskins are in danger of being routed this afternoon. 10 yards to go. Their own 39-yard line. Almost to the 40-yard line. Kilmer on the give to Haraway. He slips, he fumbles, but Kilmer recovers. I believe, nope. It's still bouncing around loose.
Kilmer still got it.
Nope, the Cowboys have it. Nope, let's see. One official indicates Cowboys, as Dave Edwards is the man who falls on the ball.
Oh, no. No way.
And that's what it's going to be. They're going to say the Cowboys have recovered the football at the 37-yard line. Wide receivers in the game line up on the left side. Now in motion goes Calvin Hill. Right up the middle goes Garrison. Goodbye. Touchdown. Garrison right up the middle.
No Redskin team that George Allen coached had ever given up more than 27 points in a game. Yet the Cowboys exceeded that in one half. The score was 28-3 when the second half began. But the Skins displayed talent, courage, and pride to almost pull the game out. The final game of the regular season against the Buffalo Bills could have been a classic showdown between two great running backs, O.J. Simpson and Larry Brown. But the showdown never took place. Larry Brown was still nursing an injury, and his talents were much too valuable to lose for the upcoming playoffs. So, while Larry watched helplessly from the sidelines, O.J. ran away with the rushing title, and Buffalo ran away with the game.
Kilmer is again behind center, ready to go. Drops straight back to throw. Pretty good rush on him. It's intercepted, picked off by Tony Green. He's down to the 30-yard line. He's going to score, I believe. Touchdown. Dennis Shaw, the quarterback for Buffalo. He has O.J. Simpson in motion. Back to throw it is Shaw. He's in a crowd of people. He's not going to get away. Sistrunk has him down at the goal line. Manny Sistrunk finally threw him down at the goal line. A long loss in the play of about 13 yards. Kilmer to the line of scrimmage. Looks it over. Has two setbacks behind him, George Knock and Herb Mulkey. The give is to Mulkey, behind a block by Wilbert. Gets outside, goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Herb Mulkey behind John Wilbur's block on the right side. In for the touchdown, a run of 8 yards. And for Mr. Mulkey, that's touchdown number 1. And Redskins are right back in it here with their first points on the board of the afternoon. They come with 7 minutes remaining to play second quarter.
As we were looking forward to preparation for this week's game, I was thinking about the matchup between O.J. Simpson and Larry Brown. Larry, who just won the Maxwell Trophy award as the best running back, best professional football player, had gained 1,216 yards off his 285 carries through the first 12 weeks of this season, and he didn't see action the last 2 weeks. But almost by default now, he has given over that championship to O.J. Simpson, who has carried the ball 27 times today, giving him 293 carries on the year. With 98 yards roughly gained, he is at about 1,248 yards for the season, so he ostensibly will become the leader unless something is happening in one of these other games. But I don't believe either one of them was either seriously challenged as the top runners in their respective conferences.
Washington ended the regular season with an impressive 11-3 record. But how significant were the last 2 losses? Was the team tired, physically and emotionally spent? Or was it just a natural letdown after having wrapped up the division? It was the day before Christmas. George Allen was hoping for a present he'd wanted throughout his coaching career but never received before. A playoff victory. 3 times in his illustrious head coaching career, he had guided his teams to the playoffs, and each time he met first-round defeat. But this was 1972. This was Washington against the Central Division champion Packers. This time would be different. You win on defense, Coach Allen has said, and this was indeed a defensive victory. An unusual 5-man defensive line setup smothered John Brockington, choked off the Packers' powerful ground attack, and bottled up their entire offense. With his running attack rendered virtually useless, quarterback Scott Hunter took to the air. But the Redskins were ready for him. Rookie sensation Chester Marco hit a 17-yard field goal to give Green Bay an early 3-0 lead in their first and last points of the contest. Then it was the Redskins' turn on offense. Not only was the Redskins' offense clicking, but the special teams, especially the kicking team, was doing their thing.
Knight comes up to the football and kicks it away, high and deep. It will come to Ike Thomas at the 10. Gets to the 20, hit hard at the 20, and down he goes. Almost fumbles the ball, but manages to hold on. The first hit downfield for the Redskins was by Alvin Heyman at the 20-yard line. Mike Finucci also in on the tackle. Scott Hunter is down behind center. He has MacArthur Lane right behind him. John Brockington is next to him. The give to Brockington. He runs into people right at the line of scrimmage. Bill Brundage and Ron McDowell, along with Jack Pardee, in on the tackle. Right away, they try to work on the side where Jack Pardee is playing. Jack, of course, injured in the Dallas game 2 weeks ago. Did not play the second half of that game, nor did he play at all against Buffalo last week. Very unusual defensive lineup there.
It's a five-man front.
Five-man front. Very unusual. Sistrunk is in there. We have two linebackers, Pardee and Hamburger. The give is to MacArthur Lane. Helmets go, and he goes to about the 23-yard line, and that's all he's going to get. Manny Sistrunk making the stop. Scott Hunter looks over the Redskins' defense. Barks it out. He gives to MacArthur Lane and cut in the backfield and taken down for a loss on the play. Pardee was the man who held him up at the 30-yard line, put a wicked hit on him. He held him up for just a moment, and then he had trouble as Bill Brundage and Mike Bass came flying in to make the stop. A loss on the play of 3. It will be 2nd down and 13 for Green Bay from their own 32. And it looks, Mal, as though Pardee is back in fine fettle. Second quarter. Up to the line of scrimmage. Scott Hunter shows the I formation. Brockington and MacArthur Lane are the running backs right behind him. The give will be to Brockington. He's going to be caught in the backfield by Sistrunk. Sistrunk makes him in the backfield, takes him down at the line of scrimmage, as Brockington had to fight forward to get to the line of scrimmage that time. We have 5 minutes, 31 seconds remaining to play in the first half. Chester Marco has just registered the first points with a 17-yard field goal, and Marco is set to kick off to the Redskins, and we have Herb Mulkey as the deep man for Washington.
And that's excitement.
He kicks it high. It'll go down to the goal line of Mulkey. He's 2 yards in. He comes out to the 10. He comes to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40-yard line goes Herb Mulkey. Great speed by Mulkey. He's finally caught by Charlie Hall at the 41-yard line. Redskins with a first down just over midfield. The last time they were there, they fumbled. The give this time for a big hole is Haraway. Haraway to the 40-yard line. They opened a big hole on the left side. Al Matthews finally got a hit on him and took him down at the 40-yard line. A gain of almost 10 on the play. It's up over the ball as the center. Scott Hunter looks over the Redskins' defense. He's got 2nd down and 6. Back he goes to throw it. He's going to be hit and knocked down for the loss by Bill Brundage. Brundage hits him at the 12-yard line and decks him right there. Kilmer on his count. Keeps it on his hip. He's back to throw. Looks for the long strike. Touchdown! Magnificent play to Roy Jefferson. Roy Jefferson on a post pattern beat Willie Buchanan at the goal line. And here comes the field goal unit for the Redskins with exactly 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We have a 4th down. The ball is on the 36-yard line. The kick attempt by Knight will come from the 42. Holding for him is Sam Weich. The snap from center. The kick by Kurt Knight is up. It is good. A 42-yard field goal by Kurt Knight makes it 10-3. There is the snap. Here is the kick by Knight. It's a beauty. Right through with plenty to spare. There's timeout with the score. The Washington Redskins 13, the Green Bay Packers 3. The attempt will come from the 46-yard line. Weich to hold. The snap from center. The kick by Kurt Knight is up. It's good. It's good. And Kurt Knight has broken out of a slump mightily. Green Bay knows they are beaten.
This crowd is going to be on this field, I'm afraid. They just won't give up.
Might be the last play of the game. 19 seconds, the clock is moving. The fans are starting to come out on the field, as a matter of fact.
You've got to keep them off today. It's too big a day, Steve.
That's it. That's the football game. It's all over, and here come the fans. Redskins are going to have trouble getting off the field here.
They are in.
It's all over.
Look at Billy Kilmer. Kilmer will never make it to the dressing room.
The final score, the Washington Redskins 16, the Green Bay Packers 3.
George Allen and his Redskins had made it through the first playoff round. Now came the National Football Conference Championship. Washington versus Dallas. A grudge match that both teams were looking forward to. After splitting the regular season games, 1 game apiece, a lot of ill feeling and bad blood had sprung up between both teams. It promised to be knockdown, drag out for the right to go to the Super Bowl. And when it was all over, the Dallas dynasty was shamefully deposed of its crown on the last day of the same year that it was crowned king. The over-the-hill gang played the greatest game ever by a Redskin team. To put it simply, it was a victory by a team that believed in itself. A near-perfect triumph by a dedicated 40-man squad.
Curt Knight comes in. He kicked 14 out of 30 this year during the regular season. Nothing to be very happy about, but 3 big ones last week against Green Bay. Holding now is Sam Weish at the 18-yard line. Waiting for the snap. The ball's back face down. Kicked on its way, and that one is good. Washington has scored the first team on the board this afternoon as Curt Knight kicks one from 17 yards and gives the Redskins the lead. Again, Taylor's to the short split right. Wide left is Jefferson. Calling his signals. Billy facing a 5-man front for Dallas. Linebacker plugging. Here's Kilmer throwing a 35-yard pass down to Taylor. He's got it at the 30-yard line, the 21-yard line of Dallas. Billy Kilmer, perfectly on target, throwing to his top receiver of the year, Charlie Taylor. He caught it over the shoulder of Charlie Waters, caught it at the 30-yard line. Waters on his back at the 21-yard line. And there was a gain from the 27, 28-yard line of Washington. The big play of the day to the Dallas 21, good for 51 yards on the play for the Washington Redskins, and they're posing a scoring threat again. It's 3rd down with about 5 to go at the Dallas 16-yard line for Washington as Kilmer drops straight back. Being rushed, throws his pass to the end zone to Taylor. Touchdown, Washington! Taylor taking another perfectly thrown pass from Billy Kilmer. Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris closing on Taylor, but too late. And Charlie, after that 51-yard pass downfield to set up the threat, closes it off with the scoring TD that makes it a 9-0 ball game for Washington. Billy Parks, incomplete. Mike Bass was defending against the pass. It is way over his head, incomplete. And Dallas will have to settle for a try at 3 points. Coming in to attempt the field goal, Tony Fritz, who kicked 3 of them last week against the 49ers from 37, from 45, and from 27 yards out. He is the number 3 kicker of the NFC this year, and he's stationed now from the hold of Craig Morton at the 35. So this is within good range for Tony Fritz. Waiting for the snap as Dallas tries to get back within touchdown comeback range of the Redskins. Hands outstretched is Morton. Craig places it down. The kick is on its way, has good distance. And it is good. As that ball actually carried, I don't know that hit the crossbar there or not, whether it hit the goalpost as it went through. But it is good for Dallas, and Tony Fritz is not going to argue about that. If he can kick them within inches and still get the 3 points, that's all right. It did hit the upright on the field goal attempt, and for the first time today, Dallas is on the scoreboard and trailing 10-3.
Staubach back to throw it. Comes out of the backfield to Calvin Hill. He gets away from one man. He fumbles the football. The Redskins will recover. He was hit by Roosevelt Taylor at the 37-yard line. Falling on the football is Ron McDowell. With 10 minutes, 45 seconds remaining to play in the football game, the Redskins field goal unit will come on and try to add 3 points to a 17-3 lead. Sam Weitz will be the holder. Knight will be kicking from the 39-yard line. A 39-yard field goal attempt by Curt Knight. Len Hoss to snap the ball back. Awaiting the snap from center. There it is. Here's the kick by Knight. It's up, it's high, it's good. It's good. Staubach on first down. Back to throw. He's being chased. He's being dumped. Back at the 10-yard line. Getting in on Staubach first was Bill Brundage. He had lots of help in there. Verlin Biggs was in, along with Darren Talbot. Talbot had the first penetration, pushed him out of the pocket, and then it was Bill Brundage who took him down back at the 10-yard line, a 10-yard loss. This will be a longish attempt by Kurt Knight from just about the 46-yard line. Knight is in to kick. Sam Weich to hold. Come from about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. We'll call it a 47-yard attempt. Waiting to hold is Weich. The snap from center. The kick by Knight is up. It is beautiful. Kurt Knight pounds it through from 47 yards away. The Redskins have taken a 20-point lead, 23-3, with 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining to play in the football game.
This is the biggest crowd at the end of a Redskin game I've ever seen.
13 seconds. Let's see if Dallas gets another playoff. That's it. The Redskins are going to leave this field.
And look at the mob coming on the field for the Redskins.
A huge mob.
Thousands streaming out here.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Out of the stands. They've appeared like magic. They're all over the field.
The problem is going to be for the Redskins to get off this football field. Right now, let's keep our eye on that. The verdict, of course, 26-3, thoroughly beating the Dallas Cowboys. And the Redskins now going through the toughest job of all, and that's getting off the football field.
Chris Hamburger, the great middle linebacker of the Redskins. Chris, Terry Horrigan, MAL. Chris, well, you're going to Los Angeles after all these months.
Sort of looks that way, doesn't it?
Chris, I noticed you said something very interesting about the game balls just a few moments ago. Would you repeat it for our radio audience?
Well, a little unbeknown to Coach Allen, we just decided that we're going to give everybody on the team an autographed football. In other words, a football that has the National Football Conference Championship and the score. Usually we don't do that. We just give a couple of footballs to a few of the players that have had real good games, and this is sort of breaking with precedent, I guess, here with the Redskins, but that's just the way we feel about it. We're one complete team, 47 guys, and nobody wins it by themselves, nobody loses it by themselves. We're all in it together, and this is the biggest victory we've had so far this year, and that's just the way we feel about it.
Looking back on it, that great game summed up the Redskins' effort. In many respects, it was more climactic and important than the Super Bowl. More appreciative than anybody, I think, in Washington was head coach George Allen, appreciative of what his team had done, what it had done for Washington. There it was, the big one, the National Football Conference Championship. The Redskins had walloped the Dallas Cowboys. The next step, 2 weeks away, the Super Bowl. The opposition, the Miami Dolphins, winners of 16 consecutive games. Ironically, the Dolphins' last loss had been in the preseason to these same Washington Redskins. The odds makers in Las Vegas and all over the country favored the Redskins by one slim point as we approach that great, big Super Bowl day.
Alvin Heyman and Ted Back to drop back deep for the Redskins. No score in the football game, just underway in the Super Bowl. Seipel stands at his own 12-yard line, awaits the snap from center. Kindig is in to snap the football. There's a mix-up on the line of scrimmage. The Redskins, I believe, have recovered a fumble.
They have indeed. That ball.
A flag is down. The Redskins have recovered a fumble at the 26-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. I don't know what Kindig didn't do with that ball or what he did do with it.
It never came back. Let's look at it again. As we look down below here, as they say, he didn't get the ball away. He must have made a motion with that ball, and they came to it.
They came to it and they popped it loose, and the Redskins recovered it apparently, but the Redskins offensive unit is coming back off the field, and the Redskins are going to be penalized, and that will be a Miami first down. Back to throw it is Greasy. He's got time. Now he's being chased. Verlin Biggs gets the sack.
back at the 17-yard line. He tried to get away from Verlin Biggs, and Verlin just threw him down back at the 17-yard line. It will be a kicking situation for Miami with 4th down and very long yardage, and it sounds like Kennedy Stadium. Listen to this crowd.
Not only sounding off, but standing up.
Bragg gets his foot into the ball, hits it very, very high. As it comes up over midfield, it's a loose football. And let's see, I believe Miami has recovered at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 5 for Miami at the Redskins' 28-yard line. Greasy behind his center, ready to go. Conventional 2 backs. He's back to throw it. Gets too much time to throw it. He has a touchdown. A touchdown at the corner to Howard Twilley. He got too much time. And Fisher had too much coverage job to do on Twilley. It was a matter of having too much time to throw.
6 plays for 68 yards in that last one. Twilley is not fast, but he'd maneuvered the linebacker and had gotten in behind him. And Greasy, just as you said, he had the time to throw and to look and to search and to deliver.
6 minutes and 20 seconds remain to play, 2nd quarter. Miami leads it by 7-0 and driving once again. Greasy keeps it on his hip. He's back to throw. His flags go down. He has the bomb in the air long. Warfield, a touchdown. Paul Warfield all by himself, but let's see what the flag is all about. The flag was thrown back in the Miami backfield. I believe that Marv Fleming might be called for holding. Hallelujah! That was a 48-yard touchdown pass to Paul Warfield. Forget it. It's going to come back. It's going to be a legal procedure, I believe, against Miami. Greasy keeps it on his hip. He's back to throw for the end zone. Intercepted beautifully. Intercepted in the end zone by Mr. Clutch, Brig Owens. It was intended for Marv Fleming. Brig Owens went high in the air and picked it down. A big break for the Redskins. A great defensive play by Brig Owens. Conventional set backfield. Kilmer back to throw. Throws in the middle. It's intercepted by Jake Scott once again. Scott is back to the 20, to the 30, 40, 50-yard line, and finally Charlie Haraway takes him down. And that might just be the Super Bowl for 1972. Garo Yepremian is in to attempt a 42-yard field goal. To hold for him will be Earl Morrill. Let us not forget what Earl Morrill did this year. Came in and played 11 of those games. It's blocked. The ball is loose. It was blocked, I believe, by Vactor. It's still up for grabs. Mike Bass grabs it. Mike Bass is at the 40-yard line. Mike Bass is going to score a touchdown. Bass has scored a touchdown. Vactor blocked it. Bass picked it off and ran it in for a touchdown. There is hope. There is hope. Hallelujah. Vactor blocked it. Bass picked it off at about midfield as Yepremian tried to grab it and ran it 65 yards for a touchdown.
Suddenly all the people who went for the exits are standing still. There is hope. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. There'll be 2 minutes left after this extra point. Here is a chance for the Redskins, and believe me, this is the most enthusiastic they've been all day. And the defense did it. The defense put them back in the game.
Mike Bass was not about to be tackled by man or beast that time. Kurt Knight will attempt the point after touchdown. Whites will hold for Kurt Knight on the point after attempt. The snap from center. The kick by Knight is good as gold. It's 14-7. Miami leads. We have 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
And the clock is winding down to 5 seconds. Pick up the crowd. They're just waiting. This game will be over.
The Super Bowl is history. And so the final score. The Miami Dolphins 14. The Washington Redskins 7. Of course, the Skins would love to have those Super Bowl rings that the Dolphins now proudly wear. Of course, they'd love to go down in the history books as the winners of Super Bowl 7. But no one loss in any one game, no matter how important, could ever diminish the brilliance of the Redskins' 72 season. In a saddened Redskin dressing room underneath the Los Angeles Coliseum, with a tear in his eye, offensive lineman Terry Hermeling, who had played the entire game on a bad knee, summed it up as to what will be the future of the Washington Redskins.
Terry, you played all day on a bad knee, and I know you're just taking tape off it now, and well, it looks like hell.
Well, I tell you, it doesn't feel too bad, but losing makes it feel even worse. But all I can say is the Redskins aren't through. We'll be back next year.
There are millions of Washington fans who will swear to the fact that theirs is a super team.